What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this video. It's been forever since I made a video, and I figured that I would start doing these at a cadence, even if I don't know, it's like all my other videos were like how-tos on things. I figured we don't have to continue to do how-tos because we've done a lot of how-to on this car. So the battery on the camera is dying. Give me a sec. So we're back. So yeah, let's just dig in to see what's going on. So a lot have happened since we've last spoken, I guess, like you could say. But I'll flip you guys around, show you guys what's going on, what we're working on, and it's a few things. So let's flip around and I'll show you guys what's up. So here we are. I guess first things first, the easiest thing to see here is the exhaust manifold we put together. So this is brand new to the car and to me. But we put together an exhaust manifold using the OEM VR6 exhaust manifold. So these little guys here, we use these usually mate to the downpipes and then just bring the exhaust right out when you're NA, naturally aspirated. But in this case, we went ahead and built off of this. So first thing we did is we went ahead and cleaned these up. So on the inside, we cleaned up the casting marks, matched the size of the port to what's on the gasket and as well as what's on the head to get us a slightly better flow there as well. And then we went off of these 3-bolt flanges, and actually for a second there I was like really thinking about replacing these guys, these 3-bolt flanges with V-bands, but I went ahead and kept it the 3-bolt. So it goes from the 3-bolt flange to a mild steel. Actually, I didn't go with stainless for the rest of the exhaust manifold. All this stuff is going to get Cerakoted as well to protect it. So these guys were in the sandblaster. That's why they look sort of cleaned. And then after sandblasted, they've been sitting here for a while, so you can see some of the flash rust there. But these will go back into the sandblaster, get sandblasted, cleaned up really well, then get Cerakoted. And once that is Cerakoted, it shouldn't, again, we shouldn't have any issues with rust and any of that. And the mild steel gives us slightly better heat capacity and also is a little more forgiving when welding. And since this is my first exhaust manifold, it was nice to have that. It also cuts much easier on my bandsaw over there, so that helped a lot too. But yeah, we got that done. Another thing we did is because we changed the turbo orientation, I love where it sits now. It doesn't hit the hood like it used to before. You can see that little mark there where I had to like knock that a little bit. So we get rid of the issue of it hitting the hood. It does sit a little higher but further back into the engine bay. I think it looks great where it's aiming right now. I will build an intake for this where it's gonna probably turn off of here and then just feed down into there to get some colder air. What else did we do here? The downpipe. We built a new downpipe, and after I built a new downpipe, I was like, you know what? It's about time we built the rest of the exhaust. So we're currently working on that, and I'll go under and give you a view. So what we did is 3.5-inch downpipe, 3.5-inch exhaust, all the way back until we get to the axle back. The reason it's not 3.5 axle back is because of the muffler we had. So we already had a vibrant muffler here. It's a 3-inch, so not 3.5. And I love this muffler. And the muffler does have the tips on it. So one was for financial reasons, and two, because I already love the sound that this muffler gives me. So I didn't want to mess around with that too much. I will in the future be changing it to a 3.5-inch muffler. I just haven't decided which one yet. And until that, it's going to stay 3-inch. But that's just 3-inch axle back. I'll go back down there and show you guys in a sec so you get an idea of what we're talking about. Now looking at the rest of what we have going on here, the downpipe is recirculated now. So got a flex there, and check this fitment out, right? Look at that. Boom, boom. And just mates right up if it decides to focus. Probably not. Anyways, there you go. Take my word for it. It fits great. So we have our wastegate there, recirced into the downpipe. It's meeting up there at a pretty favorable angle. So we have a slight upbend, not upbend, but flattening of the downpipe, which you could kind of see there. And the wastegate merge is coming in from underneath on that bend, just flowing straight out. So pretty solid there. Then from there on, because we went ahead and changed the turbo placement, the intercooler piping had to change a bit. But the biggest reason why the intercooler piping had to change is because we're changing the bumper. And as many of you can, notice, this is an OEM bumper now. OEM bumper grills over there. And we're going back to a stock bumper. Stock bumper, still front mount. As you can see, the piping going there. But we're not cutting anything. And to not cut anything, we had to sacrifice a bit, and what we sacrificed on was intercooler size. So I recorded a quick video to show you guys the intercooler and the sizing. So now we have that intercooler out, and you can see the small amount of space we're working with here. And we're not only limited in space side to side, so going across the car, but also in depth, where the biggest core we could fit was 3 inches, and only for a certain amount of width. Because then we would shorten, we would get narrower here at the ends. So I had to account for that. Also had to account for the end tank and where, the ends of the intercooler piping would be. All that stuff to fit behind this bumper. And with all that taken into consideration and all those measurements, we ended up with this. So this is a Frostbite intercooler. First time running one. The quality looks pretty decent. It's a bar and plate intercooler, pretty solid overall, just from what I've been able to see. But look good under efficiency tables. But we shall see what we get with it. But this is what we're running on the car. Again, due to fitment and all, we are losing about 50%, a little under 50% in overall core size. So that is unfortunate. And with that, you can see how tight the space is. Hence why we went with the smaller core. But I think the efficiency should be okay. And we also will be running water meth now to make up for that smaller intercooler core. The Mishimoto intercooler we had is still over there. You can see that's about twice as big as what we're running now. This one is more efficient by the numbers, but that was larger. So, cooling capacity will suffer there a bit. Still 3-inch inlets, but we did have to change the piping out to 2.5-inch now instead of the 3-inch intercooler piping we had before. Another, sacrifice there, but things you have to do to make sure, you get good fitment. The 2.5-inch pipe is much easier to fit around all of this and much easier to fit behind these bumper grills, so we could keep these guys intact and not have to cut the bumper anywhere. And you can see there, it's pretty sleek. You can't really tell there's anything back there. And that's really the look I'm going for. As for everything else, this guy's going to be coming off. We're going to be doing some work to the intake manifold as well. That shouldn't be too crazy, but some work there. Not sure what we're doing with the throttle body. Might stay the same, but we'll look into that as well. But just a whole bunch of little changes going on with the car to make things neater, better, and just overall slightly better performance. Oh, also, coolant tank is now going to sit back there. I'm currently working on a bracket to hold it there. So that's where our new coolant reservoir will live now. Alrighty, so kind of showed you everything that's going on out here. Let's go check out the bottom of the car. You could also see the oil cooler just hanging out right there. That guy's going to sit where the side mount used to sit, which is right in here. Not that this car has had side mounts for a while, but that's where that's going to sit. Not going to sit in front of the radiator. I'm trying to give the radiator as much airflow as possible. This car didn't run hot last year, but it didn't run cool. So I really want to just give it its best chance to do its thing. So we have a lot more area for air to flow now with the smaller intercooler, better bumper fitment, and these new rad supports also give us a bit more clearance back here, just to allow for better flow, and also a much larger fan back here. But with all that said, let's head down under the car. I'll show you guys what we have going on down there, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna go take a look at this exhaust. We'll start up front, work our way to the back, but before we do that, I wanted to brag about some of my welds. Check that out. So these are pretty solid, if I may say so myself. Good color, no burn, so things are looking good. Made some exhaust hangers as well. All this stuff is also getting Cerakoted. This is 304, but hey, can never hurt to one, add protection to the pipe, and two, also just insulate some of the heat from inside of the car, because during the summer it does get toasty in there since I don't have AC. My box of piping and my mess in here. Look at this place. It's just, I got stuff everywhere. Anyways, let's head under, check this out, and I'll show you guys what's going on. All right, so we've got our trusty light here to guide the way, and ooh, I think I might have to turn the brightness down. You guys might be overexposed. There we go. All right, so we have downpipe here. This is where the downpipe ends. It ends on this flex. Again, everything here I used to have wrapped. Going with a with Cerakote now. All the stuff will be prepped well, then sprayed, and all that good stuff. So I'm excited for that, the cleaner look, and hoping to get some good performance out of it. I know it's not going to be the same as wrap, but it should also be way less corrosive than the wrap on the piping. Then moving on from there, that's again 3.5 inch, then through a 3.5 inch, what do you call it, V-band, coming back from there. Here goes that piece, which I haven't welded yet. I got a new argon tank there, but that guy has a leak at the valve, so whenever the valve is open, it all leaks. So I gotta bring that back to the shop tomorrow, or the welding supply store. But yeah, so here we get that guy, and then we get, where is it? So this thing, I'll show you where this goes. Okay, so here we are, right under the midpoint of the car, sort of. This is where the drive shaft center support is. And working our way back here, right past the end of the drive shaft, we have our second mid pipe. So I separated this into two pieces. So we'll have a V-band starting here at the downpipe, and then a V-band here, right after the end of the drive shaft. So it's basically going drive shaft to drive shaft, a little longer on the front end. I'm sorry I'm flipping you guys around so much. But anyways, with that, then I'd be able to work on the car a lot easier. So I could take off this center section here, which will give me access to pretty much everything past the transmission. So if I ever have to mess with the drive shaft or my shifter or anything weird, I can get the exhaust out of the way really quickly. Even messing with like rear diff mounts, you can see that it's out of the way. So that's awesome, and that's why I did that. And then we have our third merger point there, another V-band. But before we get there, let's check this one out. So this pipe is going to be hard to see, but I will do my best with one hand. So that guy's going to go there, V-banded. It's a mess. And end up somewhere around here. And then that little guy will merge it all up. Got the green Crocs on today. Now, from there, we continue further back. And now we have this pipe here, second mid pipe. And then right from the end of the rear diff, right where the axle is, we have our axle back, which is where we switch to 3-inch flat. So 3.5 to 3 inch. You can see our transition here. It's a pretty smooth one. Not super long, but it's not too abrupt. And that's where we go to 3-inch, and it's 3-inch from here through all this custom pie welded thing, because it was incredibly hard to fit this. This muffler's really long, but again, great sound. Sorry I don't have a sound clip for you now, but I will in about a week or two. So anyways, kept our vibrant muffler there. That's the one we had before, which is again a 3-inch. It's a straight through pretty much, and then Y's inside for the exhaust tips. Sounds awesome, good quality, also made out of stainless, so I don't have to worry about it rusting or corroding. But this guy's also getting Cerakoted, and this one's just for the look. The Cerakote is going to be like I'll show you guys later. All right, we'll keep that secret. But Cerakote's going to be a cool color. and all the metal in the car is gonna follow that theme and be that color, just for that, you know, get that cleaner look. But yeah, with that said, that's all I had for you guys down here. So we'll head back up to the front of the car. There goes that oil cooler again. Just got some freaking dust in my eye. Anyways, as I squint through this, yeah, showed you guys everything we had going on. A lot of stuff going on with the car right now. Hopefully we can get it all done soon. I'm hoping next week to show you guys what everything looks like finished, pre-finished. And what I mean by that, like, none of it's going to be like clean, Cerakoted, done. We're going to do a test fit, run the car, make sure everything works, everything's, you know, working itself out, before we go ahead and prep everything and, you know, spend that time putting it together. And, you know, just the prep time and all that stuff. And materials and having to clean, re-modify, weld, all that stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I'm hoping to have that done by next week when I'll have the next video out. If not, then there'll still be a video giving you guys an update as to what's holding us back or what's going on. But yeah, we should have the car running. Hopefully get you guys an exhaust video so you can hear what that sounds like. I'm sorry I didn't get you one here. But of course it's not done. And if I had the intercooler piping done, I would have done an open down pipe. You know what? I'll do that. I'll do an open down pipe for next video. Anyways, yeah, that's all I had for you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm hoping to see you guys next week. And if you liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe. If you did not like the video, comment down below on why you didn't like it. And then, you know, still drop a like. Come on. Appreciate it. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.